I really don't care what happens to her at all. I don't care. Like, everybody they tiptoe around with this social media, but what y'all don't get is that it be real consequence for y'all little flexes, y'all quick flexes for $300 that you need. It be consequence.
Y'all, brace yourselves because today's tea is so hot. You're gonna need oven mitts to hold your phone while you listen. Picture this. You're in love. You think you've found your rebound fairy tale after leaving your messy marriage, and then boom. The whole world finds out you've been talking behind your man's back about how you're about to ghost him like he's last season's bag. That's exactly what just happened to Teyana Taylor and poor Aaron Pierre, and I swear, this entire mess is playing out like a soap opera on speed. But don't worry, I got every crumb, every leaked line, every hidden meaning in those private chats. So pull up, because once you hear how deep this goes, you're gonna pick a side real quick. First off, let's roll back a few months because, trust me, the way this love story started was already a red flag wrapped in a bow. You remember how Teyana and Iman Shumpert were the blueprint for Black Love on Instagram? The matching fits, the Vogue covers, that famous wedding dance that had everybody in tears? Yeah, all that glitter was hiding a whole bunch of mess. For years, the streets whispered that Iman couldn't keep it in his pants, but Teyana always played it classy, acting like they were untouchable. Until she couldn't anymore. And when she announced they were separating, with that long post about grown apart and mutual respect, the timeline wept, but nobody was shocked. People were like, finally, sis woke up. So, while everybody was writing think pieces about how she deserved better, enter stage left, Aaron Pierre. If you don't know Aaron, baby, he's that soft-spoken British fine boy who makes women forget all their exes for at least a few weeks. He's got that polite, deep voice that sounds like a hug and that fresh face that had Teyana thinking she hit the reset button on love. Rumors said they crossed paths through mutual film friends. One drink turned into dinner, dinner turned into sleepovers, and next thing you know, insiders spotted him cozy in her kitchen like he paid the rent. She never outright said, "This is my man," but she didn't have to. All the blurry Instagram stories and that shy giggle in the background gave her away. Now, at first, everyone was living for it. Folks were saying, "Yes, queen. Get you a soft king who ain't gonna embarrass you like Iman did." Even Aaron's people were hyping him up. He was a welcome break from the basketball drama and cheating vlogs. But you know the saying, how you get M is how you lose M. Well, in this case, it's more like how you rush into M is how you ghost M. Because it turns out, Miss Teyana was never really in it like that. At least not the way Aaron thought she was. See, behind the curated pictures and fake couple goals vibes, there was trouble bubbling. People close to Teyana started whispering that she'd get bored fast. She's an Aries, okay? She loves the thrill, the chase, the passion, but when it starts to feel too easy or too clingy, she runs. And poor Aaron? Bless his heart, but he was giving clingy without even realizing it. He thought if he loved her loud enough, she'd forget Iman forever. Instead, the more he tried, the more she started pulling back. It all came to a head when someone, and baby, this leak is messy, dropped screenshots of Teyana's private group chat with her closest girls. You know that one chat where you say what you'd never say out loud? Yeah, that one. Apparently, one of those so-called sisters didn't stay loyal and slid those messages to a gossip page that lives for a Teyana scandal. And when they hit the timeline at 2 a.m., it was like watching a live bomb detonate. The receipts were clear as day. Teyana straight up said, "I'm so over playing house with Aaron. He's sweet, but I feel like I'm babysitting a puppy. I need a man, not a boy." Phew, you could hear that heartbreak shatter from here to London. She went on to tell her girls she planned to fade him out slowly so she wouldn't look like the bad guy. Sis was writing an exit plan while he was probably writing her poetry. One line had everybody screaming, "Sometimes I wish I'd just stayed single and focused on me instead of dragging him into my rebound phase." Girl, if that's not cold, I don't know what is. But wait, it gets even messier because she also slipped up and wrote, "Loki, I still care about Iman. Hate it, but it's true." Now say it with me. Not the ex you dragged last year being the same ex you're still texting when the new man gets on your nerves. So how did Aaron find out? Not from Teyana, that's for sure. He was blindsided just like the rest of us. Word is, fans who saw the screenshots before they got taken down were so messy, they DM'd him directly. Bro, she clowning you behind your back. Check the blogs. Imagine waking up to 50 random messages telling you your girlfriend is planning her escape while you're probably planning your next date night. Sources say he called her nonstop that morning, no answer. Texted. Left voicemails. Nothing. Teyana turned her phone off and ghosted him harder than she ghosted her marriage. People close to Aaron say he's heartbroken but also embarrassed. He really thought he was her safe place, her new start, her calm after the storm. Instead, he's out here looking like the unwitting clown in her new chapter. He's been telling friends he doesn't even want an apology at this point. He just wants to get his stuff and never look back. And honestly, can you blame him? Meanwhile, the internet is on fire because, of course, nothing brings out the armchair therapists like a messy celebrity breakup. Team Teyana is split. Some are saying she's allowed to change her mind. Maybe she realized he wasn't the one. Others are dragging her for stringing him along, saying, "Girl, you could have let him go instead of humiliating him behind his back." Then there's Team Aaron, oh baby. They are riding hard for him. They're calling him the only decent man she's had in years and saying he should block her, delete the playlist he made her, and find himself a new queen who actually wants him. And then, lurking in the comments with popcorn, is Team Iman, the fans who always believed he'd circle back and win her heart again. They're feeling real smug right now, saying, "Told y'all she never really left him in her heart." It's always been Iman, even when she said she was done. Some conspiracy theorists even claim this whole rebound with Aaron was just to make Iman jealous and regretful. Did it work? Well, insiders claim Iman has been hitting her up more often lately, acting all caring, checking on the kids, dropping heart emojis on her new posts. Some folks swear he's planning his comeback tour in her DMs as we speak. Let's be real, if you've been following Teyana for even a minute, you know she has a flair for drama. Chaos? That's her love language. This isn't her first heartbreak headline, and definitely not the first time she's found herself at the center of a messy social media spiral. She's been here before, turning pain into a playlist, giving a teary-eyed performance on Live, then popping out 2 weeks later with a brand new hairstyle, flawless skin, and an even more flawless caption like, "Growth is uncomfortable, but necessary." But this time it's different. Because this time, she's not the victim. At least, that's not how the internet's reading it. For years, Teyana's brand has thrived off the narrative of being the one who loves hard and loses harder, the heartbroken, never the heartbreaker. But the Aaron situation? It flipped that on its head. Suddenly, she's not the girl crying in the rain. She's the one handing out umbrellas with a side of gaslighting. And fans have clocked it. Word on the street is that her PR team is deep in damage control mode. Think late-night Zoom calls, crisis briefs, and carefully worded sources close to Teyana being planted in blogs. Rumor has it they're prepping a soft, exclusive interview with a friendly lifestyle blogger, nothing too mainstream, just enough to float her side of the story without inviting too much heat. The angle? I needed to focus on my healing, not jump into something new. Translation: let's shift the blame without directly saying much. But the internet? They're not buying it. Old clips are being dug up like digital artifacts. One in particular has resurfaced, Teyana, glowing on a red carpet, saying with a dreamy smile, "Aaron makes me feel safe. He makes me laugh. He's my best friend." Now that clip is everywhere, plastered under TikTok memes and Twitter threads with savage captions like, "Best friend today, pet sitter tomorrow." The streets are not letting her live this one down. Because this time, the heartbreak doesn't belong to her. It belongs to the person she once called home. And the fans? They've switched sides. So what's next for Aaron? Word is, he's gone full ghost mode, laying low, crashing at a friend's place, probably somewhere off-grid where the Wi-Fi is weak and the gossip even weaker. Can you blame him? The internet's been chewing him up with theories, memes, and messy TikToks. His team? They're practically begging him not to react. No cryptic tweets, no shady likes, no impulsive IG lives. Just silence, classy, controlled, and mature. They want him to let the storm pass, to come out of it looking like the calm in her chaos. But here's the twist. There's talk that Aaron might sit down for a quiet, exclusive interview. Not a messy tell-all, not a drag fest, just enough to gently air out his side. Think, heartfelt pauses, humble "I didn't see it coming," and a soft plea for peace. Honestly, he deserves that moment. Because let's be real, this man was blindsided in 4K. Played out publicly, shamed by implication, and now painted like the extra in a story he thought he was co-writing. Meanwhile, Teyana's not slowing down. Pillow crying? Not her style, not for long, anyway. She's already on to the next. Studio sessions, whispers about a new acting gig, some hosting appearances bubbling up. The work stays working, but behind the dark shades and fresh press runs, there's real damage control happening. Her image, once rooted in vulnerability and realness, is under fire. Even her day one fans are raising eyebrows, whispering that she's moving messy, jumping from heartbreak to rebound like it's a sport. Some are even saying, "Girl, heal for real, not for the camera." And then there's Iman. You just know he's somewhere grinning, arms folded, watching this play out like a rerun of a show he's already starred in. No matter how many chapters close, he always finds a way to be part of her story, in her lyrics, in her interviews, in the way she looks at love. Toxic? Yeah. Familiar? Even more. And if there's one thing Teyana seems addicted to, it's familiar chaos. Because for her, healing is optional. But the storyline? That's mandatory. So here's my question for you. Is Teyana wrong for planning to ghost Aaron instead of being upfront? Did her friend do her dirty by leaking those chats? Or did they do Aaron a favor? And do you think she's really over Aaron? Or is she just clearing the stage for yet another reunion with Iman? Because let's be honest, we've seen this movie before. Drop your hottest takes in the comments because this story ain't done. Watch how next week she posts a vague caption like, "Learning to love myself first Dizzy," and everyone will lose their minds again. Y'all better subscribe and hit that bell because when the next piece of this messy puzzle leaks, and trust me, it will, I'll be right here breaking it down for you, word for word. Stay nosy, stay blessed, and remember, in Hollywood, loyalty is optional, screenshots are forever, and there's always another episode coming. See y'all in the next one.